Good Wednesday morning. I'm gonna do this a little backwards today. I've already worked out, and I'm gonna do my quick recap right now. After a brief love affair with the Chris Jones high volume classic physique program, I've switched back to my tried and true push leg pull workout. I get in these modes where I get kind of paralysis by analysis, and then I throw my hands up and I just go do whatever. And that's kind of where I got into the situation of doing the higher volume split, which I like, but I found myself just rushing through it, concentrating on squeezing everything in the 1 hour that I had to train, and it was not effective training. And that's just not how I want to work out. That's not the most effective way to work out. So I'm gonna back it off. I'm gonna go back to my split. I went back. I spent a lot of the time yesterday while I was doing cardio and things, reading back through my literature. Eric Helms, Mike Israetel, some of the guys that I really look up to in the field, the evidence-based field of muscular hypertrophy. So I reworked my split. It is higher volume, but it's built in accordance with the principles that Mike teaches and that Eric Helms teaches as far as volume goes. So it is right where I feel like it needs to be, schedule and optimizational wise, if that's even a word. But today was my first push day on this program, and I really liked it. So I think I've got to settle in and I've got to stick with it. There's so much information out there now that it's easy to get kind of trapped in a situation where you're just going around in circles. So I like this style of training. I like the split. I'm going to stick with it. I'm sorry that I'm so wishy-washy and I jump around, but I'm going to stick with this for a good long time. So just wrapped up the push workout. It was a really good one. I'm glad I went back to this. I've got to stick with it. I've got to stop second guessing myself and just stick with it. I know it works. I just got to trust it. So I'm gonna stick with it. No more indecision. I've been practicing my posing routine in between sets too. I've got about 45 seconds of the 60-second routine down. So I'm gonna keep working on that. I'm about 8 weeks out now, so I feel I'm behind the ball as far as posing goes. I like to start earlier because I think the key to not being nervous on stage is being overly prepared. So when you go out there and the lights are on you, it's just autopilot. So that's been my strategy, is just to relentlessly prepare. So I'm gonna keep at it. This morning, it's Thursday morning leg workout. The workout that I'm doing now is based around 4 core movements. So my first push day is the barbell bench press. First leg day is the squat. First pull day is barbell row. Now when those repeat, it'll be overhead press, deadlift, and T-bar row. So it's built around your core 4 power movements and some heavy rowing. Now this time around, I believe that I'm gonna keep the weight heavy, lower volume, because I feel like that's what keeps that fullness in the muscle. The last time I competed, I did lower weight, much more volume, and I felt like I looked a little stringy on stage. So I'm gonna try to keep the weight heavy. Still pretty high volume, but not nearly as high as I was doing last time. So I'm gonna see if this works like I think it will, which is keep that fullness and that density. But so your core movement, 6 to 8 reps, sometimes lower, but keep the weight heavy. And then in the secondary lifts, all in that 8 to 15 rep range. So I'm gonna get after it here. I'm gonna keep going. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions out there right now, is that you need to train with very high reps, super high volume in order to cut up or shred up or build that separation, right? Separation is mostly genetic, and doing lightweight, higher reps will burn more calories. But I firmly believe that keeping the weight heavy is what's gonna encourage your body to keep that muscle mass that you've worked so hard to build. if you don't give it a reason to keep it by still pushing that heavy weight that your body's used to, it's not gonna maintain it. So keep the weight heavy, especially when you're cutting. Just finished up the leg workout. It was a great workout. It was a hamstring focused. So I did stiff leg deadlifts, lying leg curl, standing leg curl, then hack squats and walking lunges. Finished off with some calf raises. So I'm gonna alternate. One leg day will be hamstring focused, one will be quad focused. This will take some of the stress off my knee and allow me to focus a little more on my weak points, which is hamstrings and glutes. And I think it's good. It felt really good. One thing I noticed when I moved to Connecticut is that they have geese like pigeons or or like squirrels. You know, they're all over the place and they aren't scared of anything. They're fearless. They let you walk right up to them and they're all over the place. It's crazy. I always think about geese when I get it. I'm still surprised about the geese. I've been here for about a year and I'm still surprised with the behavior of the geese. I just wrapped up dinner, getting ready to chill now, but got a surprise in the mail, super excited about. Check this out. It's the old Frank Zane bodybuilding manual, autographed copy. All this, something like 400 pages. I'm getting stoked to go through this weekend. You know, I'm a huge Frank Zane fan, and I've based a lot of my training and techniques and mindset and approach to training based on his philosophies. I've read a ton of his literature, so super excited to get that in the mail and start utilizing those workouts and those techniques. So dive into that this weekend and then hopefully incorporate some of that into the workouts in the next go around.